안녕하세요, 여러분. So right now we're coming from Athens to Atlanta. I'm gonna make this really short. So right now I'm gonna make a series talking about my personal criticisms about the Andrew Yang campaign. I know that sounds kind of like taboo or whatever, but at this point I have to be honest with what I feel, and I really want this campaign to win. And I think that right now we're on that path, but we could be doing so much better. Okay, so don't know, my name is Alyssa, and if you have any if you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. Feel free to comment in the comment section below. We can discuss this. I want to have just like a really an open conversation about what do you think HQ at the headquarters or the grassroots Yang Gang could be doing better, or how volunteers can be doing better when it comes to just volunteering, canvassing, when we travel, all these events and stuff like that. But to me, like, I think since I've been doing this for, first of all, I'm new to politics in general, so I admit that I don't know that much about politics. I know we are in a political campaign right now, so that's one thing. However, I'm only 21, but I do know a little bit something about how to community build and how to organize people, at least to some extent, because that's just what I'm good at. Like, I don't have like experience like some other people do, but I just know I'm good at it. So basically, if you guys didn't know, like I found out about Yang, Andrew Yang, in the middle of March 2019 through the Joe Rogan podcast, and I really enjoyed that. That's like after I watched that episode, I was like, okay, I'm in. And then like probably like a couple, first campaign that I ever donated to, first political rally I ever went to, the New York rally, in the fucking rain, and it was cold. Like, trust me, like I was I'm like as bad as diehard as you are, I'm sure. If you're not diehard for Yang, then hopefully this won't scare you away. But I can just talk about just like people's mindset and how like this like affects like this campaign, but I think this is like a problem within people in general. Anyway, so after that, like I started making videos about Yang on my YouTube channel. Prior to making videos about Andrew Yang, like it was just about like K-pop or like whatever else, but now I decided to use my channel for Yang. So after then, I got a DM from a trusted source, a really awesome person on Twitter, and they invited me to a road trip in July. And I decided to join because I'm like, yeah, sure, I love to travel. I never been to like the middle of the country. The goal was to go from Atlanta to Detroit, which was the second debate in Detroit at the end of July. Okay, so I decided to do this. Okay, my goal is just to have fun, probably Yang people in the process, and just to meet other people, meet other Yang Gang. I never really met other Yang Gang in person, so that's why I wanted to go to that. So that's why that's what got me into like traveling and like kind of like starting this network of Andrew Yang supporters that I know right now. Right now, I'm in the car with Rob from Atlanta, who apparently is a controversial figure, but I don't give a shit anymore. So hey Rob, say hi to the camera.
Hello Yang Gang. We need to have an honest conversation with ourselves with the way what we're trying to do and who is calling the shots. I'm not the most experienced person either, but I don't think most of us are. But what I've seen, I've been to every single debate so far, and what I've seen is logistical nightmares left and right that I've voiced my concerns to HQ about and people that are organizing. And when it comes to a point when you don't get listened to, you either just quit or you step up and do it yourself. So I chose to just step up and do it myself because I'm not a quitter for something that I believe in, and Atlanta is my hometown, and I had to organize an Airbnb for at least 15 out-of-state people, and I was happy to do so. I love being a host, but I asked the local Yang Gang chapter for some help, and no one could step up. We have this reputation for Southern hospitality, and yet, we can't even play into that stereotype. But really, I think it comes down to people knowing how to organize in management in this campaign, and I don't think we have enough people that do that, and I think the people that are doing it are very deficient. I know, you know, I don't want to like call it names, but this is something that's an example that I think we're all aware of, is that Sean Looney was apparently the one that was managing Grassroots, but you know, he didn't have the correct experience or the correct execution to get us what we needed, and then you start seeing a whole bunch of disorganization when that happens. And furthermore, you know, we're all doing this for free. We don't get paid to do it, and we're spending a lot of our own money to get this stuff started. I actually was living in Athens, and I basically spent about $500 out of pocket getting it up and going, only for Sean Looney to take it away from me when, you know, I was considering volunteering for a super PAC. It was really kind of, you know, a false alarm, but that's fine. You know, I'm a very...
This is back in like September, so I know we're jumping.
This is August.
August? Okay, we're jumping around a lot, which is totally fine. Yeah, so this is...
So, anyway, the point being is, you know, we don't need to blame anybody. We just have to get better at getting the right people in the right position. I do think HQ can get better at recruiting the right people. You can't take a creative person and then try to make them a phone banker or a door knocker. It's just not going to work. You've got to play to people's strong points. Like I said, we've been doing this for free. You know, I think then we need to start putting our money where our mouth is. Start paying volunteers $1,000 a month for doing this stuff. Instead of giving out to random Americans. I mean, it was a great idea to do it before. I'm not knocking it, but now it's time. You know, we've raised $10 million last quarter. It's time to start paying people that have actually been doing a lot of work for this. And especially if we hit our goal of 30 million, you know, if volunteers aren't getting some sort of stipend, I mean, people are going to probably just walk away, or we're going to start doing our own thing. And
that's what's happening right now. Like, honestly, a lot of people are starting, like, I can't donate anymore. I can't spend my time with this anymore. Like, I have to fucking make a living, you know.
People are getting burnt out. Really? I am not a man of faith. I don't think blind faith is a virtue. I worked on a startup last year, and I sort of had some blind faith on it. When it failed, you know, I was left out on my ass and it sucked. Same thing here. I don't have blind faith that, you know, we will win this thing, because literally there are so many things that aren't optimized, and so many things that could go wrong that could literally derail us, and we won't have Andrew winning the primary, which, you know, that'd be devastating for all of us, you know. But the thing is, I will have the unpopular opinion that I won't solicit anywhere else but here, that, you know, we're not going to win. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a support structure, a community of people, very, very creative entrepreneur people, that no matter what happens of this outcome, we win, lose, good or bad, you know, we're going to be okay. We will help each other achieve our goals and create the things that we want to create. And, you know, that's why I've been in this campaign, is because I found community in this campaign, not because, you know, of offers of getting a job, getting paid, or status. Is because of the friendships and the connections that I've made. And I think we need to sort of advertise that and market that when recruiting new people into this campaign, because I, for one, was sort of in a low place in January. Then February, when I kind of figured out all this stuff was going on, it helped me get out of that. So I really do think that showcasing our community is going to be our biggest advantage. And it's funny because no matter where I go, and there's at least 10 more gang people at a place, we're the most diverse crowd of people there, demographically, but also ideologically. And I think that's a very, very beautiful thing. And that's kind of what sold me, is how, you know, Trump, Bernie, libertarians, progressives, conservatives can all come together and work on this. You know, America is as divided as it's been, as I've ever seen in my lifetime. We need someone like Andrew Yang to actually unite the country and get America back to the place of status as, you know, being the best country in the world.
So basically, you know, originally, you know, Rob and I, we wanted to, you know, like, travel to these, like, big events, mainly the debates and or anything else that was happening involving Andrew Yang. And really, we wanted to just engage people on the ground, like anybody that is a Yang supporter. We wanted to have, you know, like, the first time we went to Detroit, like, you know, it was with, you know, us, another person, and, you know, we had a really good time. It was a lot. It was like a really, like, you know, it was a fast road trip, because we went to, like, you know, Nashville and Kansas City and Iowa and all these, in Chicago. We met as many, we tried to, like, link up as many you know, like, Yang gang leaders in each area, and, you know, we came to find out that, like, a lot of them are having trouble, you know, engaging people, engaging their Yang gang locally, because it, you know, like, they had to do it all by themselves. Like, they didn't have the resources, and a lot of these people, a lot of you guys, of course, are not previously politically active, so this is all very new to you, and we don't have the knowledge or the resources. Like, it's hard to like create leaders in that atmosphere. So luckily things are a bit better now because there's so many more people that are on the Yang Gang to help. But really, like, it's so stuff like that, like the campaign should be like, to me, like the HQ should be paying attention to, like, how can we help people that are not previously politically engaged and help them actually figure out how to like navigate through this whole thing. Because like Rob, he was like blacklisted from the whole campaign because he was talking to, or trying to figure out what the super PAC was, and they thought that he was working for it. So this like all this like needless miscommunication, this all could have been avoided. I feel like the leaders in the campaign would be like, okay, listen, like, we all know that these people are not, they're not knowledgeable of all the political stuff, they're not knowledgeable of like the FEC laws. Let's give them a little bit like of a leeway or something like this, instead of just like saying, okay, you're done. To me, that's not, I hate this to be like, but it really is not like what I think Yang would have wanted, like, or what he would, like the whole humanity first thing, if you guys are toting that around, like, like, just come on, like, you have to be mindful of like, who, the kind of people that are in the Yang Gang. Either way, like, when in the beginning, like, we thought that like, okay, we're gonna do this on our own money and our own time, and like, we're gonna travel and like be at hostel, go to like, be at a hotel room or do whatever, to go to these events. And eventually, like, if we record it and if we like document our journey and stuff, then like hopefully HQ will see, oh wow, these people are like actually on the ground, what we need are on the ground, actually doing, spreading the word, and like, not just door knocking, but actually engaging people in their daily lives. And I don't know,
engaging other Yang Gang members, because like I said, we're
and not in the Yang Gang, and people that just don't know about him. Like, we really, I think, like, spread a lot of awareness about Yang in Kansas City and in Chicago and all this stuff, But yeah, so it turned out that HQ didn't give a shit about us. There's no way they're gonna like give us any help, any resources to like help us travel, because our goal was to, go to the Houston debate and like have like, an Airbnb there for, Yang Gang that wanted to come from either out of town or maybe just wanted to hang out with a Yang Gang. And then that way that would have at least the atmosphere of like organizing and like actually connecting with people. Okay, if we would have done that back then that would have laid down the foundation, I think, to having like roles, like, okay, who's doing what, who's good at what, and who can, contribute what to, maybe somebody can contribute to like raising money, or maybe somebody can contribute to, getting helping out with getting an Airbnb, or somebody can contribute to, getting with transportation and getting people, carpooling and stuff, But we always just, we were left kind of high and dry. And I find it funny how a lot of people were criticizing, and still now are criticizing us for like looking into super PACs, when like only people that would help us are the super PACs. But then we get shunned because like we want to like not be broke and hungry on the street in order to help Yang. I don't know, it's just like doesn't make sense to me. So even through all of that, we still just do Columbus. We have the Airbnb with I'm not trying to call out names because I don't know who doesn't want to have doesn't want to be associated with us anymore because of this. But we had a lot of people there. A lot of Yang Gang content creators that you guys know, and that really helped them out a lot, because they were able to, show you guys like what it's like to be on the ground as a Yang Gang in Columbus. Did the same thing in Yangapalooza in Iowa and Des Moines, and we did the same thing I did the same thing in Vegas for the First in the West dinner, with me and Michael, you don't know his name. you probably know his name anyway. But me and another person, like, we had a spot, like a house that we hosted, people as well from out of town, totally on our own dime and no help from HQ. They knew it was happening, but they're not helping us at all, So, and then in Atlanta, same thing, So after a while, it does get super, super tiring. That's like we're all doing this on our own dime, and like when we want to like have a suggestion, or like when we have an idea or anything like that, then we kind of get blown off and like say, okay, whatever, we're just gonna do phone banking and knocking on doors, and we don't care about your fucking ideas, or we don't care about creative stuff like phone, like radio banking, or like or like the Truckers for Yang stuff, or we don't care about anything else except for our own little like checklist of what we have to do as a campaign, because that's what campaigns do. Campaigns have to phone bank, campaigns have to knock on doors, you know. So that's like my, you know, just the overall like just of why I'm making this video is like to say that, like, you know, a lot of people are just getting very burned out, including myself. I don't know where I stand when it comes to, like, you know, the campaign or anything like that. You know, I'm trying to, you know, I'm okay with hustling and like just, you know, like eating like not hardly anything or whatever like that, but I prefer to like have a break once in a while, you know, just like a break once in a while, not just having to like call out the same people when it comes to crowdfunding. And like a lot of people are helping me out for sure. A lot of people are helping out a lot of like why is it that, like, you know, it's just the same people helping over and over again? Why the campaign is not, I think they're not raising like a lot of money, because it's the same people over and over again that are helping out. We're not actually having a proper outreach program or an outreach system. It's just like the same people, because we don't know how to community build, and we don't know how to like to get out of our own echo chamber. That's what I feel. So, you know, that's like the just the video on my end. And again, like, if you guys like disagree, like, that's totally fine. Like, you can express that in, you know, in the comments down below or anything like that.
And if you do agree, you know, feel free to hit us up, because we do love collaborating with people that feel the same way. And my call to action is this: you know, if you are in a position of management in this campaign, whether you're primary contact, YGRO, or paid staffer, and you are a Sean Looney type, a yes man, or you can't take criticism, please quit. You will not help Andrew Yang get to the White House. Because if you are not capable of taking criticism and taking corrective behavior, you will likely not be in management for more than what your job calls for. And if you have a business, I mean, it will fail, because if you're not getting to the right resources to the right people, the business, you will not be able to achieve your objectives. So if you just want to consolidate power and it's like a status thing for you, please quit, because we don't need you and you're hurting us to get to the White House. And I'm not trying to be snarky or smartass. We need to hear this, Yang Gang. This is a truth that we need to hear. So if you agree with me, you know, Alyssa will put my Twitter handle or some way to contact me in this comments, and I'd love to talk to you more.
I'll have it there. Yeah. So again, like, we just so many different things we can dive into of, like, you know, the experiences that we've had. But that's like the overall gist. And again, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And, you know, we tried to avoid this for as long as possible, but
it's now unavoidable. It's gotten to the point now where, you know, we're actually doing our own thing. I mean, the thing is, you know, we're like a special forces division in this campaign, which is great. You know, I think, you know, our people around us, we're not capable of dealing with the bureaucracies of a big organization, but if we can't work in cooperation, that's a problem. So, like I said, HQ, like I said, I know everyone's doing all they can, and I don't think it's a lot of people that are sort of bogging us down, but I do think there are, you know, quite a few people that need to quit this campaign, because they will not help us get to the White House. So,
like a great man once said, if we cannot fix a problem if we don't admit that we have a problem. You know, and I think our problem overall is that we lack people who are actually truly, you know, creatives and leaders and, you know, actual doers. And I think the campaign, and the reason why, like, I'm talking about the campaigns, because you guys are our leaders. And if you're watching, you guys are our leaders. And, you know, if you want us to listen to you and respect your decisions, then I think that you guys have to really take into consideration what, you know, people like, you know, the content creators and like the people that travel, you know, and the people that set up these Airbnbs and the people that set up these community buildings that make this, you know, the Yankee that makes this thing like, go around. Like, you know, you guys are doing a great job, like getting Andrew from point A to point B and like setting up his, you know, interviews on CNN and MSNBC or whatever. Like, you guys are doing good there, but like there's stuff on the ground that we have to deal with within our community that is really fucked up. So we're just trying to help out with that, and we don't have all the answers. We're just trying to work this out ourselves. But I think that the main thing is that we need you guys to just listen to us and just to realize that, you know, it's not all fine and dandy. So that's the main thing that I want to say. And there'll be more videos like this. Like I said, it's going to be like a new series I'm going to be making. I'll make specific topics later. But overall, as you know, we wanted to just have like a blanket, like, you know, what we think, you know, what we wanted to address overall here. So yeah, yeah, if you agree with us, you can DM, you know, Rob or me and say, hey guys, like I'm on the same boat as you guys. I see that the campaign could be doing something better, and our goal is not to, you know, to be with the campaign and like work with them. Like our goal is just to do our own thing and be as self-sufficient as possible, but we want to address that, like, you know, campaign could be doing stuff better. And, you know, anyway, so yeah, we'll talk to you later, and yeah, bye.